Welcome, Gemini, to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 27th of November for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now, the big focus this week, of course, is going to be on the full moon at the start of this week in your sign. The Gemini full moon each year for you personally is a time to reflect around relationship matters. But the ante is upped this year because of the role of Saturn in a very dominant part of your scope, the 10th house, but also Mars, which is closely in proximity to the Sun on the other side of the heavens. So this ups the ante. It's a much more intense Gemini full moon than is ordinarily the case. Now, if you're someone who would like to meet someone, what Mars can do on your 7th house cusp of the Sun is give you more incentive to make that move, particularly if there is somebody that you're drawn towards. And remember, you still have Venus, the planet of relating, in your sister air sign of Libra, which is a glorious opportunity to feel glamorous, but also to, in some ways, use your charisma to dazzle someone you encounter. So it can be a very proactive week when you can make it work to your advantage. Where things are a little bit trickier is in pre-existing relationships. But you know, it doesn't have to be only in a personal context. It can be in a professional situation, such as work, a line manager, a boss, someone who works for you, an important client that you need to relate to. And you may find that someone's very bloody-minded that you encounter this week, dismissive, doesn't want to listen, isn't bothered by how it feels for you. They only want to tell you how it feels for them, which could cause a great sense of injustice within you. Also, Jupiter, the planet of growth, but also of spirituality in your 12th house, is linking with the Sun in your 7th house. So relationship matters in general can basically take on a more amplified vibration when it comes to your sensitivities, because the 12th house is the part of our situation that sometimes we can struggle a little bit more to be in touch with. However, by Friday, your ruler Mercury moves out of your sector of relating and dives deep into the sign of Capricorn. Very businesslike, but for you, this is an opportunity to don your detective's mac and not be so concerned by what you're being told, but what you actually feel people mean. So in other words, you can decipher the code. Also, Mercury forges a terrific link with Saturn. So if you are trying to put together a business proposal, you work in an environment where you have to negotiate with people, your tactics can really be very skilled and astute towards the end of this week. But what about Venus? Yes, Venus can charm and beguile with the best of them, particularly in the 5th house. But in an existing relationship, because of the complex angle Venus forges with Pluto across the last 3 days of this week, and in an exact square on Sunday, if you feel that someone is really in some ways controlling you, or a bit too possessive, or wants more than you're able to give at the present time, it could be you that pushes back. And because the Sun is pretty close to Mars for all of this week, but particularly in the first half of this week, if any frustration has been building up, the chances are you could vent it as the week draws to a close. So this full moon, I feel, is definitely going to increase intensity around all sorts of connections to others, but it definitely gives you a platform to move forwards and show more confidence if there is someone you're interested in and have felt a little bit uncertain about how to go forwards. Mars can be good, but in an existing relationship, Mars on the 7th house cusp can make us more intolerant and much more outspoken. Thank you so much for tuning in for your weekly horoscope forecast. If you order your year 2024 personal forecast based on your unique birth data now, you'll get 30% off in my special package where you get your character analysis as well. But I'll also give you your free zodiac forecast for all 12 signs, for Western tropical, for Indian horoscopes, and also for the Chinese, all in special booklets delivered with your charts. Please see the link below for more.